Storm by the crowd on 14th July 1789, becoming an important symbol for the French Republican movement. Today, let's get to know the Bastille. Welcome back! This week, as always, we are back with a brand new country. Today we'll take a fast tour in one of Europe's major centers of finance, diplomacy, commerce, fashion, science and arts, Paris. In particular, we are going to get to know a little bit more about the Bastille, that has played an important role in the internal conflicts of France, and for the most of its history was used as a state prison by the kings of France. But first, let's get to talk about France, right? France, officially French Republic, is a country whose territory are located in Western Europe and several overseas regions and territories. Belgium, Luxembourg and Germany on the northeast, Switzerland and Italy on the east, Andorra and Spain on the south are its neighbors. Its territory includes French Guiana in South America and several islands in Atlantic, Pacific and Indian Oceans. France is a unitary semi-presidential republic with its capital in Paris, the country's largest city and main cultural and commercial center, and Lyon, Marseille, Toulouse, Bordeaux, Lille and Nice are the other major urban areas. Being one of the 5 permanent members of the United Nations Security Council with the power to veto and the official nuclear weapon state, France is considered a great power in the global affairs. France has long been a global center of art, science and philosophy, hosting the world's 4th largest number of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. France is the leading tourist destination, receiving around 80 plus million foreign visitors every single year. With the world's 6th largest economy, France performs well in education, healthcare, life expectancy and human development. In few words, France is one of the leading members in the European administration management, being also part of the European Union, Eurozone, NATO, G7 and other main international organizations. Its most populous city is Paris, the capital. Last year, after Singapore, ahead of Zurich, Hong Kong, Oslo and Geneva, Paris was the second most expensive city in the world to live in today. Can you imagine that? Especially known for its museums and architectural landmarks, Paris hosts the Louvre, the most visited art museums in the world in last year, 2018, with more than 10 million plus visitors. The historical district along the Seine, sorry if I pronounce it wrong, in the city center is classified as a UNESCO Heritage Site, and popular landmarks in the city center include the Cathedral of Notre Dame de Paris. You heard about the fire that took place early this year. We are all very sorry about that. And the Gothic Royal Chapel of Saint-Chapelle, both the Hill of the City, the Eiffel Tower, constructed for the Paris Universal Exposition, as well as the Grand Palais and the Petit Palais. Sorry again for my pronunciation. But also built for the Paris Universal Exposition. The Arc de Triomphe and on the Champs-Élysées, and the Basilica of Sacré-Cœur on the hill of Montmartre. Sorry. The city of Paris has really many examples of architecture of every period, since the Middle Age till today, the 21st century, birthplace of Gothic styles with important monuments of French Renaissance, the Classic Revival, the flamboyant style, the Belle Époque, the Art Nouveau style, the Art Deco style. Paris architects really had influenced the postmodern architecture for the second half of the century. So, as always, before getting to the main topic of the video, let's get to take together a walk on this wonderful city. So, see you in a few minutes. Back again. So, the Bastille. What you should know. The Bastille was a fortress in Paris, known formally as the Bastille Saint-Antoine. It played a really important role in the internal conflict of France. It was stormed by a crowd on 14th July 1789 in the French Revolution, we all know that, becoming an important symbol for the French Republican movement. It was later demolished and replaced by the Place de la Bastille. The Place de la Bastille, if you don't know it, is a square in Paris where the Bastille prison stood until the storming, of course, and its subsequent physical destruction. Okay, during the French Revolution in the following year, because it took 1 year, if I remember correctly. The no vestige of the prison remain at all. The square is home to concerts and similar events. The northeastern area of the Bastille is busy at night and with as many cafes, bars, nightclubs and concert halls. And as a sequence as a consequence, of its historical significance, the square is often the site of or the departure point of political demonstration. The Bastille was originally built to defend the eastern approach of the city of Paris from the English threat of the Hundred Year War. Initial work began on 1457, but the main construction occurred 14 years later, creating a strong fortress with 8 towers that protected the strategic gateway of Port Saint-Antoine on the eastern edge of Paris. The innovative design proved influential for both England and France and was widely copied. The fortress was declared a state prison. Under Louis XIV, the Bastille was a prison for upper-class members of French society who had opposed or angered him, including also French Protestants. Of course, after the revocation of the Edict of Nantes, this edict was giving them more rights. Okay, but it was revocated. From second half of 17th century onwards, the Bastille functioned primarily as a penitentiary, and it was in a year it saw more than 5,000 prisoners, and at that time was a little bit crazy. Under the two following generation of king, the Bastille was used to detain prisoners for more varied backgrounds and to support, of course, the work of the Parisian police, especially to enforce the government censorship, okay, through the printed media. There was this rumor that the condition in the prison was really bad by some autobiographies written by former prisoners, so there were some reforms implemented and the number of prisoners were considerably reduced. And we all know this date, 1789, the royal government financial crisis and the formation of the National Assembly gave rise to the storm, to the revolution. So on July 14th, the Bastille was stormed by a revolutionary crowd, and nothing left after a year. Souvenirs of the fortress were transported around France and displayed as icon of the overthrow of despotism. And over the next century, the site and historical legacy of the Bastille feature prominently in French Revolution, political protests, and popular fiction. And still, till today, it remains an important symbol of the French Republican movement. Due to its destruction after 1789, very little remains of the Bastille of today. Some relics of the Bastille survived, like some stone models of the Bastille, ropes, leather used to escape, mechanisms, or the bells of the prison clock. The key to the Bastille was given to George Washington in 1719 by Lafayette, displayed in the historic house of Mount Vernon. The Bastille's archives are now held by the Bibliothèque Nationale de France, and the Place de la Bastille still occupies most of the location of the Bastille, and the Opera Bastille, that was built exactly 2 centuries later, is a commemoration of the storming of the prison. The surrounding area was just redeveloped until today. Today is a modern place. And so that's it. If you want to learn a bit more about the fortress, check the link in the description, and of course like, subscribe and share this video if you find it interesting, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so you won't miss our next video. And what else? The falling of the Bastille has been a symbol of freedom. Today we have freedom, but we can do better. We can have more than just freedom. So let's make together a better world. And see you next week. Bye. See you.